Hi, hi, my darlings. Hi, guys. Warm regards from me to you. Very, very warm and special regards from me to you. My name is Eagle Angel. As in, I love to be called that name. That is like my social media name. That's my social media name, Eagle Angel. And this is an introduction video. This is like my very first official video of what I really want to do. Guys, I'm finally doing that one thing that I've always wanted to do. And guess what? I am so excited. I am super nervous. You have no idea, but then I know that I can do this, you know. Actually, I've come to understand that talking to someone who is physically in front of you is different from talking to a camera. Yeah, it's very, very different. But then I know that I'm going to do this, guys. So a little story time. From way back when I was in primary school, I loved reading stories so much. Like I loved reading novels. I loved reading stories. So much so that I used to pick up random books around the house, like newspapers and stuff like that, and I would just read it. And then one thing is, I loved reading to an audience. Like I loved reading to someone. I loved reading knowing that someone is listening to me, someone is hearing me read. So much so that I used to sit my parents down, or my grandparents, because I actually grew up with my grandparents to some level. And I'll sit them down and I read to them. I remember reading the Bible to them. And there were some words that I did not know how to pronounce. So I had to just put anything there. When I get to those particular words, I'll just put anything there and read it and continue reading. And they never mind. Certainly they were like, our granddaughter is killing it. Little did they know. So even though each time I remember that, I always say, Father, please pardon me. I was just a child. I was only just a child. I had no idea what I was doing. Of course, you know, it's not right to add or subtract anything from the Bible. So each time I remember that, I used to add things. I used to just add words or say what is not actually there. I always say, God, please pardon me. I was a child. I never knew what I was doing. So that kept on and on and on until, in fact, that's a very long one. I'll certainly do that a story time some other time. So guys, I finally decided to read to an audience. As I have always wanted to. And this time around, I don't just want to read to my family members. I don't just want to read to people I am close to. I want to read to as many people as possible, even across continent. Okay, that's the reason why I'm sitting here today behind a camera and talking to you. I can picture a large audience in front of me as I am talking right now, and I pray that this gets to a large audience as I can picture in my head. So I finally decided to read to an audience. I'm going to be reading stories. Yeah, I'm going to be reading stories to you guys, and these stories are mostly from like Christian backgrounds, kinda. Yeah, and some of them are true life stories. Some are just kind of like experiences brought together with a little bit of fiction and stuff. Yeah, so, and I take permission from the writers of these books, like from the main writers of the books. I take permission from them before I read the books. All right, I take permission from them. I don't just go reading it. As in the one I am going to be reading today, the one I'm going to start with, I took permission from the writer, as in he knows that I am doing this right now. Okay, and guys, I have been postponing, I have been procrastinating on this for a very long time now. Reason being that I was trying to be perfect. I was trying to get perfect with camera skills, how to be able to place my camera before I can start recording, how I can be able to to talk, to address an audience properly. And then also I've been trying to perfect my English language, because as you know, I am not a native English speaker. I have my mother tongue, which has a very which has influenced my way of speaking English so much. You may detect that I have an accent, and please bear with me. There are some words that I may not pronounce the way you want me to pronounce them, or the way you think it's appropriate, or the way they are supposed to be pronounced. And I decided that, okay, I'm just going to be doing this. I'm going to learn in the action. I am going to learn while doing it, because I can never just get perfect. It's better for me to do it, see my mistakes, and have others point out my mistakes, and then I try to correct them and move forward, rather than sitting back and trying to get perfect, trying to perfect myself. No, I have come to understand, I have told myself that no, it is not the right approach. I'd rather do it. I rather learn in the action. I'm going to do it and I'm going to learn. I know that I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. Please, when you notice the mistakes, please point them out to me. Excuse me. Point them out, and I will try to, as much as possible, to correct myself. Please learn. We're going to do this together. It's a learning process for me. I'm going to get perfect with time. Just bear with me, all right? Thank you so much. I am already thanking you, because I know that, of course, you're going to pull through for your girl. You're going to point out those mistakes. So please do it in a loving way. I was softy. And honestly, I just believe that you can still say your mind. You can still point out mistakes and stuff while being nice. I mean, it doesn't cost anything to be a sweet soul, does it? I'm just a sweet soul, and I love it. I just feel like people should be like that, like seeing something that somebody's not doing right and being like, sweetheart, or please, you did this wrongly, I think it should be like this, and not throwing some dirty words or insulting the person or stuff. No, that's not actually the right thing to do, to me. Yeah, so this is a little bit long. Please do not mind. Stick with me. This is an introduction. I'm just going to go all out, trying to tell you what I am up to. So as I earlier said, I'm going to be reading stories that I have already taken permission. I've taken permission to read these stories. Okay, all these stories I'm going to be reading. I'm going to be reading a lot of them, and believe me, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Okay, like instead of you picking up a book and reading it, I am going to be reading it to you. All you need to do is listen. Okay, all you need to do is listen. You know, you can even listen to it while doing some stuff. Maybe while you're doing your laundry, or while you're doing your dishes, or while you're cooking. You can just play it and listen to it. Isn't that beautiful? Of course it is. I know it is. I listen to audiobooks as well, and audiobooks are they do wonders to me. I love them. I really do. Sometimes I'll just be doing something, like I love music so much, just like I love reading stories and listening to stories. I love it. Like I love it so much. Do you get? So it's like a passion for me. It's like a passion that I want to do it with you guys. Okay, I'm going to be reading a lot of fascinating, interesting stories, and also if you have stories as well that you might want me to read, you want me to read it out to people, you want to share it, bring it to me, give it to me. I'm going to help you do that. Okay, yes, I'm going to help you do that. And through this means as well, I'm going to do a lot of things that are like my passion as well. Some things that I find fulfillment in them. There's some things that I do that I feel so fulfilled. I'm also going to do them as time goes by. Already I have a YouTube channel, even though it's not, I've posted something on it, just a random thing, some months back. Okay, some months back, and then I have a TikTok account which is running, but I've just been posting nonsense on it because I was still trying to prepare myself for the main thing that I wanted to do on it, in that app. And then also I have Instagram, I have Twitter. Yeah, I have all these accounts. So guys, please please, let's do this together. I'm going to bring you